All right, everyone, to set the tone for the evening, we have with us a leader who has been at the forefront of driving financial innovation in India, delivering our first keynote on digital innovation as a catalyst for MSME growth and global competitiveness. Please welcome Mr. Rakesh Ranjan, ex-CDO of the Reserve Bank Innovation Hub. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Rakesh Ranjan.
Good evening, everyone. So, Rohit, you have a very awe-inspiring journey, and being a second Bihari in the room, honestly, I'm feeling jealous. Ki why I could not do that in that period. Okay, but that said, I think it's amazing work that Rohit and team you have done, and thanks Rohit, Parimal, Amit for having me here. It's truly a pleasure. So topic given to me is about how digital innovation can help MSME grow further, right? Adopt technology and then grow themselves. So MSME, as we all know, is a critical, it's a very vital sector for the country because it's contributing 30% of GDP, right? You're aware. And also employs almost 20 crore or 25 crore people in the country, which is very significant from further growth perspective and also from our country's stability and the future. Now, how do we see this problem, right? Or is it really a problem? I think let's look at that first. So MSMEs, as in the intro it was said that I have been part of digital journey of the country. So about myself, I'm a part of Aadhaar core team and then also worked with RBIH in developing the ULI platform. So in that journey, I have worked very closely with many MSMEs. And what I have realized is that just barring top 5%, remaining MSMEs, I see, though they have a vision, but the problems they face are in terms of operations. Are they really doing their operations efficiently, effectively? Are they able to make decisions, very informed decisions, which are data-driven? Are they able to, forecast the risk? Okay, are they able to identify the risk also? So there are many such problems, right? And they mostly prefer working in traditional manner, okay? So one thought that always came to my mind was, can technology solve this problem? Okay, is it possible for the MSMEs to adopt digital? The digital platforms can also innovate. Can they become more efficient? Okay, so that's the thought, okay. But unfortunately, most of the MSMEs either don't know how to, leverage technology, leverage platforms. Maybe they are still learning. I'm not saying that they don't know. They are still learning. But what happens is, why they are not able to adopt? There are maybe 3 or 4 reasons we can say. One is that there's a sense that the upfront investment required to adopt digital is very high, which may or may not be, a correct statement actually. But we'll delve into that later. Second is, a lot of MSMEs have expressed their concern that the ROI is not visible immediately, okay? So they kind of drop that effort, midway. So what happens, whatever investment was done without even, seeing the results of those efforts, they drop the initiative, okay? And third is the data itself. How they're able to capture data, use it, or keep it secure, that's another challenge they are facing. So with that, we see adoption is somewhat low. But that said, the future looks bright because there are many platforms coming up. There are initiatives of the government, private sector like EaseBuzz also is helping the MSMEs in a big way, right? But things are changing. Also, in terms of the digital natives that we are having in the country now, that number is growing. Especially Gen Z and the Gen Alpha and so on. This generation will definitely look at technology as the first preference, right? To make sure that they do things more efficiently. So important thing is, what are the various things an MSME should do, right? To adopt digital, to make sure that their businesses, are run in a very streamlined manner, okay? So first thing I would recommend is, and I've got some notes here, I'll just read out from my notes here. One thing every MSME should be worrying about the automation part of it, right? Because automation, and you will really appreciate that it reduces the errors, right? The errors improves the time to complete an activity, right? The repeatable activity especially, right? Which can be done in a very short period of time. Okay? That is one. Second is, can we not use tools like, say, for accounts by bookkeeping, for your HR management, even for other like inventory management, many other things which MSMEs can start leveraging. Okay, this is to ensure that you have your foundation strong. Okay, before you really look at the growth. Okay. So in terms of the growth, I can say the MSMEs must adopt two-pronged strategy. One is the foundational preparedness, and second is the growth strategy. To make sure that your business goes to the not just the local market, but even outside of it, even to international arena. If you can play a role there. Another issue what MSMEs face is the market identification. Okay. Are they able to really target the right customer base? I can tell you some examples from my experience where just in a weird example I can tell you, somebody selling blankets in Chennai, right? It's not a good, it's not a good strategy, correct? So some MSMEs do make mistakes, because they think their product, the product market fit, they don't analyze properly, and in a sense like they target a wrong customer base. Now that is one part of the strategy. Second is there enough data available to get the market right? Okay. So fortunately, a lot of reports are available, data is available. MSMEs must leverage those, to make sure that they reach the right customer base. Second is there a way you can reach out to them proactively? So digital marketing tools are available nowadays, right? The many of them. So traditional modes were print media, your TV ads, all that, but they're too expensive for MSMEs to really, do at scale, such campaigns. So consider using social media, marketing. There are plenty of Facebook, Insta, Google, there are many of such options available with pretty low cost, and which can give you a lot of targeted, access to your customer base, correct? Basis the customer preferences, the seasonality of demand. There are many other things which can be, factored into your campaign, okay? If that is done, I'm sure MSMEs can reach out customer at a much lesser cost, as compared to what they would do in a traditional manner, okay? And also then using things like decision making actually, that's also a critical area. Taking decisions basis data is something that every MSME must consider, okay? It's not about what you just hear, okay? Think about using data, the data in terms of the market data, which can be utilized, which can be analyzed to see where my demand lies, where the seasonality plays a role, right? Where there is a product market fit, okay? All those things have to be done in your strategy, planning stage itself before you really go to the market. So important thing is, how do you get access to data? How do you analyze it? Think about it, okay? Because that gives you a lot of power, the edge, in terms of competitiveness in the market, so that you can stay ahead of the curve. You can be ahead of your competitors, right? Also consider using the government initiatives, okay? One of the examples I can quote here is GatiShakti platform. I don't know if you've really heard about that, what it does. So I was personally involved in that discussion where we are talking about bringing GatiShakti on ULI, okay? How we can do lending to MSMEs. Now, every MSME requires funds, I have business growth, right? GatiShakti platform actually provides 1,500 plus data sets in just one platform, which can be, you can do a mix and match, right? To make sure that you do your planning in a way which is data driven, okay? As an example, I can tell you, but this may not be MSME use case, but I can tell you just give a sense to how it works. Let's say Indian Railway has to, lay a track, say between two locations, okay? So current method is what? Somebody has do a survey on the field, and see how much of elevation is there, what are the, various natural features there, any obstruction, any construction, all that has to be done, right? But GatiShakti can give you that power sitting at your desk, okay, to analyze the situation there. You can even find out how much of land has to be excavated, the weight of it, number of trucks required, dispose it. You can simulate everything there. Okay, then access to market. Where is my port? Where is the nearest station? Where's the airport? Where is my target customer also? For example, a screw maker, MSME making screws, say in Jabalpur, for example, right, will require, say, auto or maybe any factory which can consume those screws. This platform can give you that access. It can tell you which are the factories in the region, who can give you, who can become your potential customers, right? So use such platforms, right? Get access to them. See if somebody can help you giving access to these platforms, okay? Where you get more and more data for more analysis and for decision making, okay? This is what is required because traditional methods somehow have a limitation, right? Because that becomes more human dependent, more very CEO dependent, you can say, if that's, it may sound a little harsh, but that's what it becomes, But what is required is, can you use that data to make sure that you take decisions wisely? Okay, the insights. The data-driven insights will definitely, give a lot of power to the MSMEs to take decisions and do a very good planning, okay? Using digital also helps you in, getting credit also, right? As Rohit also mentioned, the payment gateway, right? A simple, I can tell you from ULI experience, right? Simple digital payments give enough information to banks, right? How your cash flow looks like, your income, your payments, and all can be brought out very clearly. Now, when account aggregator has come, that is second. Third is, can you look at, like there are many other systems. For example, even bill payment data is being used nowadays, to show that intent-based payment, which can give you some credit. So use digital platforms to make sure that, you are streamlining your operations. You are making sure that you're capturing the data everywhere. So when I say data, I'm saying data too many times. I'm sure you're feeling bored with that word. But data is something I'm stressing upon again and again because this gives you a lot of edge, to you in terms of planning, in terms of, taking your business to the market, even to outside of India, in the market there. So I think I've got 10 minutes, right, with me. So with that, I conclude here. But important thing is, every MSME must start considering digital platforms. There are many platforms in the market, right? Achha, by the way, I missed one important point. That is your IT infrastructure. So there is a sense a lot of MSMEs have expressed is that it's too expensive for them to procure IT infra. So suggestion is that why don't you think of using cloud services, right? Don't procure entire range of products. Okay, think of automating small pieces, right, which can give you some efficiency. Effectiveness can come in, right, when you start automating small things step by step, right? And cloud services are also available on a pay-as-you-go basis. So you don't have to really invest into procuring any hardware or software, right? You can simply go and procure a service and pay for as much as you use, okay? It also helps you in ensuring data security as well, because most of the public, the clouds, what we hear of nowadays, give you that security, that assurance of data security. So start leveraging that and see that you can, at a very less cost, you can enable your applications on the cloud and use them and pay for them only for amount that you have used them for, right? Don't pay, a bomb for these servers and the software licenses. So these are some few tips that I can give here, which can really help MSMEs to think differently, right? If that's the right way to put it, to think differently and see how we can really service our customers in a more efficient way. I think my time is up. Okay, so thank you so much. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Rakesh Ranjan, and I would request you to kindly stay back on the stage, please, for a small token of appreciation. And now I would request Mr. Rohit Prasad to kindly join us on the stage and present a small token of appreciation to Mr. Rakesh Ranjan. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your insights with us. Let's have a huge round of applause, everybody. Thank you so much, sir. And now we move on into our first panel of the evening on Next Gen Digital MSMEs, harnessing digital power to overcome challenges and scale. This discussion will focus on how technology is enabling MSMEs to rise above barriers and seize new opportunities. Please join me in welcoming our esteemed panel members, Ms. Neepa Datta, CEO, India FinTech Forum, as a moderator. Let's have a huge round of applause. Mr. Ashit Boghani, SVP, AU Small Finance Bank. Mr. Sunil Kamath, EVP at Axis Bank. Mr. Ravi Kant Arora, SVP